I will come out on any excuse. Anybody who says they want to go to Donley, I'll take them out here, because as soon as we make the turn off 17 and we drive into Donley, I can just feel myself just ooze out, and my eyes get better, my mind starts working. I'm in a place I really like to be.
And it's so relaxing, you know, you don't have to, you can just forget about the cares of the day and really decompress and unwind whatever problems you might have. It's so therapeutic. Just a peace and solitude and a relaxation, kind of a little vacation every day, you know, when I go deer hunting in the evening or squirrel hunting in the mornings or afternoons.
It's moving, knowing how ancient the saltwater marshes are and the saltwater itself and the ebb and flood of the tide. It's humbling, honestly, being in the presence of such old, spectacular animals and such an ancient landscape and marinescape. It's humbling.
To me, the ACE Basin is the sum of its parts. You know, you don't come here to see a geyser. You don't come here to see the dramatic Rocky Mountains. You know, the Lowcountry landscape is soft and subtle. And, you know, a trip to the ACE is what you make it. And I think it's the subtleness of it that you have to come back to again and again and again, because you see something different every time.
I've been bird watching approximately 50 years. In the ACE Basin, the 10 years since we moved here, retired here. Probably my favorite place is Donley. It is the best place in the Lowcountry, and the Lowcountry, I think, is one of the best birding places in the world, not just in the country. Donley has every habitat you could want, with the exception of ocean beaches. But it also is easy birding. You can do much of it by car. You'll be going over old dikes in the rice fields, and you can, from your car, you can see a lot of the birds, the herons, the egrets, those sorts of birds you can see right out your car windows. This means the birds are going to be very, very close. You're not going to spook them the way you would if you were walking. Bird watching is an entree into nature itself. And I think a lot of people who go bird watching do it because they just all of a sudden realize what it's like to be in a place like Donley. Stress levels fall, and it's very, very quiet. And the entry fee is a pair of binoculars and a bird book. That's all it costs you to get started in it.
Bird watching is probably the most popular activity in the basin. We get bird watchers from all over North America and even the world. Hunting, of course, is a backbone of our outdoor traditions in South Carolina, and especially in the Lowcountry.
I've been hunting in the ACE Basin, I guess, about my whole life. Started out younger. My dad, of course, would take us out rabbit hunting, squirrel hunting. Then when I got older, he got us a BB gun. And then old enough, we'd get a shotgun to go squirrel hunting. So well over 30 years. The ACE Basin is so special for hunting because of the diversity of the landscape, and not just hunting, fishing as well. You've got saltwater, brackish water, freshwater, swamp. And then in the upland areas, you've got strictly pine stands and pine hardwood mixes, hardwood stands. So it's such a variety of different habitats that create a lot of diversity for squirrel, turkey, deer, all sorts of animals, ducks. When I'm hunting in the ACE Basin, it's the peace, the solitude, in a sense that, this is where I'm supposed to be. I enjoy being there at that moment, at that place. And it's a level of peace I don't know that a lot of people get, but it's so comforting to go get in a deer stand and just sit there, and most of it's listening. And you might see something and you might not, but a sense of real belonging, that's where I'm meant to be. Donley Wildlife Management Areas just right down the road from here, and so that offers opportunities along with Bear Island. So there's accessibility for everybody on the state land between Bear Island and Donley. hunting is really what makes the ACE Basin. The ACE Basin is what it is because it's comprised of these large tracts of land that haven't been fragmenting, and hunting that's what has driven that, for a very long time, and will continue to in the future.
Kayaking is popular here on the river systems, the Blackwater River systems, the Ashepoo, the Combahee, and the Edisto. The big thing about kayaking here is the tide. You got to plan for the tides. This is not a flat water kayaking mecca. You've got to plan for the tides. We got a 6-foot tide here, so you need to know how to adjust your schedule to the tides so you don't go out to sea or get stranded on land.
I've been kayaking in the ACE Basin for 15 years, since 1999, as a line of work and as a hobby, of course. Making a living on the water in the ACE Basin is, I'm very grateful for that, first of all. It provides a great perspective because I take first-time kayakers and, more importantly, tourists to the area. People that don't live near the salt marsh, they don't live near the salt water. They are honestly moved to tears sometimes when they see loggerhead sea turtle in the wild. They hear the breathing of bottlenose dolphin, or maybe see a young calf with a mother in their natural habitat, or just the wide open vistas. Seeing other people moved by the environment reminds me how special it is. Man, I love kayaking in the ACE Basin for a number of reasons. The diversity of paddling conditions it offers. There's protected small creeks, flat water. For beginners, there's challenging surf zones. And then also there's fresh water, and there's near full-strength salt water. So that's just a great combination. Anyone who's considering going kayaking and likes hiking or walking or cycling, the ACE Basin's a spot to give it a shot. It's an amazing sport. It's very rewarding for the mind, body, and soul.
It's the sum of its parts. You've got the woods, you've got the marshes, you've got the ocean, you've got open space, and you don't have a lot of people. Because we're not a national park with a big attraction, most of our national parks are come see this feature. Well, in our public lands down here, it's come see these features, and you choose which one you enjoy the most. And if you ask your kayaker or your hunter or your bird watcher why they come, they probably say because each visit's a little bit different.